welcome back to the show. I hope you're all having a great day. Before we dive into MMA talk, I just want to say something really important. Our thoughts and prayers are with Ben Askren. He's in the hospital, seriously sick with pneumonia. He's on a ventilator and doctors are even considering a lung transplant. I don't know if there's a GoFundMe for him, but man, I just pray he gets better. Hope he wakes up, doesn't need a transplant, and pulls through. He's in a really critical state. Alright, shifting gears a bit. Have you ever wondered what would happen if AI took over MMA? Like one day we might not have human fighters anymore. Just imagine robots fighting each other. The one who builds the strongest robot wins. Crazy, right? But before we get there, AI might start creeping into the sport in other ways. It could be used for training, judging, matchmaking, even deciding rankings. Imagine UFC using AI to score fights or even create fight cards, and this could spread to other sports too. Think about robot basketball players doing flips and dunking from half court, robot fighters landing spinning kicks with perfect timing. It's wild to imagine, but let's be honest, it wouldn't be good for real athletes. It might be exciting for a while, but there'd be no more human champions. Now let's talk about UFC 317. Paulo Costa pulled out of his fight against Roman Kopylov, so now they're planning to reschedule that one. The upcoming pay-per-view still has 11 fights, and some of them are bangers. The main event and co-main are solid. Darawish vs Moicano, fire. Brandon Royval vs Joshua Van, also great. Peyton Talbot vs Felipe Lima, exciting. Jack Della Maddalena vs Gregory Rodriguez, decent. Terence McKinney vs Esteban Ribovics, worth watching. But let's be real, Costa vs Kopylov was a big draw for this card. And Costa, man, he just can't seem to stay healthy. His last fight was over a year ago, and since 2020 he's only fought 5 times. That's barely one fight a year. What's worse, none of his wins are against anyone still in the UFC. He beat guys like Luke Rockhold, Yoel Romero, Uriah Hall, Johnny Hendricks, but they're all gone now. He really needs to beat Kopylov. If he loses, he'll be 1-5 in his last 6 fights. That would be rough. Now, let's talk about a fight that's got everyone hyped. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. That fight, absolutely electric. But did you all see the size difference between Ilia and Raul Rosas Jr.? Ilia claims he's 183 pounds too big for featherweight, but he looks smaller than Rosas, who fights at bantamweight. That's crazy. Charles Oliveira is going to be way bigger than Ilia in the cage. And I've been saying this, Charles could wrestle his way to a win. He always has knockout power too. Ilia says he'll knock out Charles in round 1, but that could flip real fast. Charles has that wild style that could walk right into Ilia's power, but Ilia could also run right into Charles's strikes. This is going to be a collision like a car crash. No backing down. One of them is going down. Ilia's training footage looks incredible though. His boxing is crisp. His Greco-Roman wrestling is sharp. This might end up being the second best fight of the year, right after Dricus du Plessis versus Hamza Chimaev. That one's going to be hard to top. Speaking of dream fights, let's talk about Jon Jones versus Tom Aspenol. Dana White keeps saying it's going to happen, but honestly, it's starting to sound like wishful thinking. Every week it's the same. We'll know soon. It's been over a month of hearing that. Jon Jones looks like he's already retired. He keeps saying he won't fight Aspenol, and honestly, I believe him. It's like Dana's just hoping things work out. He's trying to push Jones into the fight, but Jones has all the power here. He'll only do it on his terms. And I'm getting tired of waiting. What if this was the plan the whole time? Drag it out, build hype, sell pay-per-views, who knows? But Dana's said the fight is happening like 100 times. It feels more like a wish than a promise now. You ever see that meme about Jon Jones negotiating? I swear that's how it went. They probably offered him a mountain of money and he still asked for more, just to see what he could get. Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall stuck in limbo. He's the interim champ but has no leverage. If he beats every contender, Cyril Gane, Jailton Almeida, Volkov again, then maybe he gets real power. But come on, why should he have to clean out the division to get a shot? The UFC miscalculated this whole thing. They bet everything on Jones and he just took off with it. He's still the champ, but not really. Now moving on, some more exciting fights are on the horizon. One in particular, Michael Venom, Paige versus Jared Canonia. Oh man, this is a good one. MVP is sticking to middleweight, which is a surprise since he said he'd drop back to welterweight. But stylistically, this matchup is fun. Canonia isn't a grappler, and that's exactly what MVP needs. A striker via striker match, yes please, and I honestly think MVP can beat him. It's hard to outstrike Michael Page unless you have top tier stand-up. Even someone like Shara Bullet, who's super technical, couldn't handle MVP's style. This might be a hot take, but I think MVP could even give someone like Jack Della Medella a tougher fight than expected. Not necessarily beat him. JDM is probably the better striker overall, but since JDM doesn't wrestle much, he'd be dealing with MVP's full arsenal. Wrestlers though, they're MVP's kryptonite. Guys like Sean Brady would be a nightmare for him. Keep MVP away from those dudes, please. Paulo Costa's out again from UFC 317, no surprise there. He hasn't been active, and if he loses to Kopylov when that gets rescheduled, he'll be 1-5 in his last 6. Not a great look. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira, fire matchup. Ilia says he walks at 183 pounds, but looks smaller than bantamweight Raul Rosas. Charles will have the size advantage and the skills to match. Ilia wants a first-round KO, but Charles could do the same. It's going to be chaos. Ilia looks sharp in training though. This might be the second best fight of the year after Chimaev vs. Dricus. Then there's Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Dana keeps saying it'll happen, but Jones looks retired. Tom might have to run through Gain, Almeida, and Volkov just to get a chance. It's unfair, but Jon holds all the cards. Michael Venom Paige versus Canonia is happening. Great style matchup. VP should only fight strikers, not wrestlers like Hernandez or Dolidze. Keep it fun, no title path needed. Belal vs Usman is the fight to make. Power vs cardio. Prime Usman wins, but now Belal might edge it. He's smart, durable, and relentless. Welterweight is stacked. JDM, Islam, Belal, Shavkat, Brady, Leon, Usman, Ian, Gary. Anyone can beat anyone. It's the best the division has ever been, even better than GSP's era. Whoever wins between JDM and Islam, this becomes their era. But ticket prices, nuts. UFC 318 nosebleeds are over $400, 0 cents plus ESPN Plus. Fans are getting squeezed. And the rankings, a joke. Pantoja's 10, while newer champs, like JDM and Pereira, leapfrog him. He's the second longest reigning champ, 9 no versus ranked opponents, and still gets no respect. If I ranked champs right now, Islam, Ilia, Dricus, Pantoja, Jon Jones should be the lowest champ, only 3 real wins. Jones has only fought twice in 5 years, should be lower too. If Ilia beats Charles and Islam loses to JDM, Islam might become pound for pound 1. But if Ilia loses after giving up his featherweight belt, that would be a disaster. Dana and the UFC put all their hopes on Jon Jones, and he vanished. Still champion, barely active, it's frustrating. Here's some good news. Michael Venom Paige versus Jared Cani is being planned. A pure striking matchup. MVP has a real shot as long as he stays away from wrestlers like Sean Brady. Canonia isn't that type, so this could be a fun fight. Honestly, MVP could even test JDM styles make fights. Also, Belal vs Usman needs to happen. That's the true one contender match. But with UFC's track record, they'll probably give Belal someone random again. Welterweight is stacked. JDM, Islam, Belal, Shavkat, Brady, Leon, Usman, Ian Gary, all killers. It's the most competitive era this division has ever seen, and whoever wins JDM or Islam, this could be their era. Now, ticket price is crazy. UFC 318 nosebleeds are $400, 0 cents plus an ESPN Plus subscription. Fans are being drained. As for rankings, Pantoja is disrespected. He's ranked 10 while newer champs leapfrog him. He's defended his belt, beaten top names, and should be top 5. Here's how I'd rank the current champs. Islam, Merab, Ilia, Dricus, Pantoja. Jon Jones? 2 fights in 5 years, he shouldn't be that high. Now, if Ilia moves up and wins while Islam loses, Ilia might be the new pound for pound 1. But if Ilia loses, especially after vacating his belt, it could ruin everything. A KO loss to Charles could shake him. Speaking of hype collapse, Bo Nickal, he lost to RDR and the internet went wild. Fans cheered like it was a championship win. Was it fair? Maybe. Bo talked big, called out Chimaev and Whitaker without proving himself. That's risky, but it's just one loss. If RDR becomes a top guy, it changes the story. Bo lost to a legit beast. What really irked fans was UFC favoritism. Bo opened UFC 300's main card over former champs like Sterling and Prochaska. That didn't sit well. Bo needs a reset. Take time, train, and fight again later this year. Maybe start with Azzy Diaz, then work up to guys like Eric Anders or Rodolfo Vieira. No rush. Fix the holes first. Right now, Tom Aspinall is the most dominant champ. He finishes everyone fast. Then it's Merab, who drowns guys with pressure and cardio. He's not flashy, but he breaks people. Dangerous fights could come from explosive guys like Song Yadong. One mistake and boom, fight over. Last thing, custom shorts, love them. Fighters like Ilia and Merab have awesome designs. Others, some look low effort, but at least they're trying. UFC should give every ranked fighter their own custom short. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and catch you next time.